Welcome to Homes for Everyone. I'm your host, Sagar Batish. And I have my co-host here,
Seth Alden.
and we're just going to show you a little bit of how to use your Homes for Everyone. Welcome to my neighborhood. Now, some recommendations for your Homes for Everyone. As you can see on the slide, low energy times from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. At these times, we will assume that the occupants of the home are either sleeping or are using very little power. Now, at this time, the only real appliances can be categorized as ghost load items, and this is the energy that is used when appliances are plugged in, like TVs and phone chargers, but even when they're not being used. That totals about 20 watts. Not too bad. Also, all the appliances in the Homes for Everyone are Energy Star rated appliances, and these typically use 25% less energy than the average appliances. This will save us quite a bit of cash.
So here we have a comparison between our Homes for Everyone household and the average American household. The average American household uses around 38.36 kilowatt hours per day, while our household uses around 33.797 kilowatt hours per day. The average American household uses around 1,664 kilowatt hours more per year than our Homes for Everyone household uses. This saves around $35.43 per year. These savings can vary depending on the amount of children are in each household. We only accounted for one child, but for every extra child, we estimated around an extra $13.22 would be used on the bill.
Now, the comparison of the two houses with the turbine and the solar panels. The wind turbine provides us with about 1,095 kilowatt hours per year, and the solar panel provides us with 1,460 kilowatt hours per year. And these two combined will save us a total of $54.40 per year.
So the total savings that we have calculated from our Homes for Everyone is around $86.83 per year.
Now, here's a sheet of the appliances that will be provided in everyone's Home for Everyone. As you can see, we have some things like clock radio, television, lamps. We also have in the kitchen gas stoves, refrigerators, telephones, light fixtures, fans, TVs, laptops. A fine place to live.
Let's see, so here are some physics terms that you will need to know in order to use your Homes for Everyone safely. Electrical efficiency.
Now, this is a big part of Homes for Everyone, electrical efficiency, because it is how well the input of the electricity will also be with the output. We're also using Energy Star appliances, as I've stated before, because these are highly efficient in the electrical form. Because they're so efficient, a lot of the energy that is put in is also put out, which is how they use 25% less energy to do the same amount as a regular appliance would.
Here is the equation E equals PT. E being energy, P being power, and T being time.
This is where we get our term kilowatts per hour, as when ComEd sells us energy, they're selling us kilowatts, the power, per hour, time. Here we have, in this diagram, 3 fuses. Fuses are a good safety precaution in Homes for Everyone, as will be explained later with load limits, but they add safety precautions where there's not an overload of power in any of the appliances. Here we have generators. As you can see, we have a picture of a wind turbine and also a picture of solar panels. Both generate, hence the name generators, electricity for us, and they help provide power for us to use in our Homes for Everyone. Next up, we have load limits. Load limits it's the limit that each appliance, or in this case, I guess the house in general, can handle. And with the information provided, our house will be able to hold 2,400 watts at any given time. And the load limit, if exceeded, if too many appliances are on and it exceeds 2,400 watts per hour, then our circuit breaker here, or also our fuses, those fuses will melt, and the circuit breaker will switch off and turn off the appliance so the whole house doesn't blow up.
Here is an image of a parallel circuit. These are the type of circuits we have used in our Homes for Everyone household. These are much better than series circuits, which we will show you next slide, because when one bulb goes out in a parallel circuit, the rest of them do not go out, but instead are able to stay on. Here is an example of a series circuit. We did not use series circuits in our Homes for Everyone household because if one bulb goes out in a series circuit, the rest of them will go out as well, and obviously that is not very good.
Here we have switches. Switches are very useful for the common man to turn on and off any of their appliances. The switches are most common with light bulbs and such, but they're also in your TV and also things like your hair dryer and your washing machine. This is how, with the flip of a switch, the circuit opens and power stops running through the wire and the appliance, which helps us use it for other things.
Utility bill. The way that electric companies will find your total cost for the month is through kilowatt hours.
Even though none of us want to see this bill at the end of the month. But Homes for Everyone, these bills will decrease tremendously.